What is up, guys? CJ here. Another gloomy day here in North Carolina. I wanted to take this opportunity to discuss my recent turbo pickup and selection, and pretty much tell you guys why I picked this turbo, as well as the story behind this turbo and how we got to where we're at now. So this is obviously going for the Evo. So let's get to it. We'll go ahead and unbox it. Alright guys, so we have it unboxed. Like I stated, this is for the Evo. This is once again the GTX 3576R with the tile turbine housing for the hot side. This is AR 83 for the turbine housing, and as you can see, this is the 60R. So this also came with the tile external wastegate. So I wanted to do external wastegate, but I'll be honest with you, I am not a fan of noise. I actually like more of a sleeper kind of guy. So I wanted to do the external wastegate because of, you know, it's easier to spool for turbo than internal. Plus you have more options. But I'm not a big fan of the noise that it makes. So I'm in the process of ordering a hot parts kit for a recirculator wastegate. Now I know this is not the most popular kind of thing. Most of the Evo guys tend to do the hood exit dumps and stuff like that. I don't like any of that stuff. I like sleeper. I love the way this car sounds right now, and I kind of want to retain that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do the recirculated style downpipe. So expect that. I already picked the company, so I'm very excited about that stuff. I'll be ordering here in the next couple days, and we should have it here in a couple weeks. So funny thing about this turbo is this is not exactly how it came. One thing about North Carolina is there's a lot of bugs out here because it's very humid. But yeah, this is not exactly how this turbo came about. So this turbo originally came as an ATP stock frame turbo setup. So ATP is a company. They take Garrett turbos and they basically slap on turbine housings that'll fit for stock frame use. So I originally ordered this as an ATP kit. It came with the whole kit. It actually came with even the recirculated downpipe and everything. I'll pull that out so you guys can see it. But that is not the route that I'm currently taking. So funny story, I went ahead and I did some research on ATP. Everything seemed fine, no issues at all. I even asked the Evo classifieds because now that, you know, Facebook kind of took over all the groups, there's no longer like Evolution M. Like, it's still around. I've been a member of that group for over 12 years. But yeah, so I went ahead and I asked the Evo classifieds about ATP, and everybody, I kid you not, everybody was telling me, hey, it's a Garrett turbo, you can't go wrong, and that type of stuff. I literally got about 20 replies like that. So, you know, that kind of gave me a little confidence to go ahead and buy it, because there's not too much out there as far as ATP and, you know, how those turbos actually perform, other than it's a Garrett. So you can't go wrong with a Garrett, but with that hot side, you know, you just didn't know. So after I did that, I went ahead and ordered it. I found a good deal. So I ordered it as a stock frame turbo, as I stated before. And it got here, and I actually started to do some research as far as transmissions. I went in and I bought a transmission. I actually have it here in the house. But as I was calling companies to ask, you know, about options for the transmissions, they would all ask me, hey, what kind of turbo are you running? And I kid you not, every single company, after I told them, well, first I would tell them, you know, I'm trying to run the GTX 3576. They're like, oh, that's a great turbo. But as soon as I told them that it was the ATP style, literally every single one of them gave me that same reaction, which is like, oof. Yeah, you're not going to make much power with those things. So I went ahead and I changed my mind. So I had a decision to make. I could have lost some money, or I was going to lose money either way, honestly. But I basically decided to swap the turbine housing and go a different route. The only reason I say that is I don't want to take any risks with this car. I don't want to be a guinea pig. I've yet to see anybody run this turbo on this car, the ATP version, that is. And I didn't want to be the guinea pig. So if companies, if like transmission places and shops are telling me that that's not a good turbo, then that's enough for me to know that, you know, hey, maybe I, you know, should do something else. So the goal with the car is still 650 horsepower. That's the goal. I'm hoping to have around maybe 550 foot-pounds of torque. That's the goal. And from what I was hearing, and I'm not really the type to follow like the, you know, what people are saying, but if shop owners are telling me this, that they've seen it, then yeah, that was enough for me to kind of change my mind. So I ended up biting the bullet, and you know, it's the price you pay with when dealing with cars. Sometimes, you know, you make the wrong decisions, and here it is. So I'm moving on from it. So what I'll do, and I'll explain to you guys why the ATP one is so bad. And it's, even though I haven't installed it on the car yet and actually ran it, you can tell by just looking at them that there is a huge difference. So what people were talking about probably was true. So I'll go ahead and unbolt the turbine housing from the turbo so you guys can see the difference. Alright guys, went ahead and took the turbo apart, and as you could tell, there's a huge difference off the bat. This is obviously the new one. This is the tile, and this is the ATP one. Now I want to make it clear that I'm not bashing ATP for anything. I truly don't even know if their setup could get me to my goal or what they claim on their website, so I'm honestly not sure. It's not to you know, bash ATP or anything like that. I just don't know, and I didn't want to take that risk. So this is yeah, this is obviously a huge difference, as you could tell. As you could tell, the manifold would obviously sit up here. So this is a stock frame, but it still did an external wastegate. That's what this is for. All right, so the 44 millimeter tile wastegate would sit right there. With the new tile, I'm gonna have to actually get it done on the manifold, which I already have a company. They already offer those options. I don't want to give the company's name or anything because I want to do a pretty good review on that, so I don't want to ruin anything. I want it to kind of be a surprise. But yeah, you can clearly tell that there's a huge difference in the flow of the exhaust gases. So this was supposed to be a stock twin scroll, but as you can tell, it's not even that. And you can definitely see why people say it's restrictive. You can clearly see that it's very restrictive compared to this. Now, this thing is way lighter, obviously, and it flows way better. So like I stated, this is a tile V-band. They have different types of V-bands. This is the tile one. So yeah guys, I'm very excited to have this installed. Stay tuned for the progress. Now I wanted to throw out there that I'm not sponsored by anybody, so all the stuff that I've done to my cars and, you know, what you're seeing in front of you, it's sponsored by me. So yeah, there's no extra money or anything like that. I'm just a regular hardworking guy, so this is gonna take a little bit of time. And if you plan on modifying your Evo or any other car, just know that it's gonna take some time. We're talking about maybe 15 grand, not even including the stuff I've done to this car. I'm talking about 15 grand or more to fully build this car. The transmission itself ran me about almost 5 grand. I'll go ahead and show you guys. It's nothing too sexy about a transmission, so I didn't want to really do a video on it, to be honest, just because. Hold on, let me get this box out the way and I'll show you. Alright, so I went ahead and moved this box. As you can see in this box, got some of the old ATP parts that came with the kit. So this is the downpipe that I had. that I was gonna run. So as you can see right here, it has the recirculated wastegate tube right here instead of a dump, this other piece. And some more goodies, cams, and springs and retainers. So yeah, I got a ton of parts for the Evo, but I still have so much more to buy, so yeah, just stay tuned for that. But this is a transmission. As you can see, it was done by RRT Motorsports in Connecticut. These guys are awesome. Nothing but good things to say about these guys. Not just from me, but from everybody I pretty much asked about. I asked the forums and literally everybody. And the guy was awesome. His name's Rife. He owns the company. But yeah, they did a great job. Hopefully, you know, everything goes well with the trans. Nothing too sexy with the transmission, like I stated earlier. I don't even want to get it out because there's full of oil and stuff like that. So just leaving that alone until it's time to put it on the car. So like I stated, this thing was $4,400 with the final drive and everything. So I got carbon synchros, first and second, Evo 9 gears, third and fourth Evo 8 gears, and 411 final drive with everything. So this is pretty much everything you do before you get to a dog box. I don't want any transmission issues with the Evo. It's an MR, so I knew when I bought it that these things are known for basically having transmission issues. So this is a 6-speed Evo MR, and that's what the MR is. So Mitsubishi basically so I love everything about the MR. It was supposed to be like their elite trim, but it actually flopped in Mitsubishi's face because they decided to put 6 gears in a 5-gear bell housing. So that's why the MRs, you hear a lot of guys say they have issues with them. Now keep that in mind that I haven't had any issues with this car. I have no grinds, no whining on the transfer case or anything like that. So my 6-speed is still good, but I don't want any issues and I don't want to take that risk. Just like I was telling you guys about the turbo. I don't want to take risks with this car because I'd rather just do it right from the beginning and not have to worry about it. I'm a firm believer that you can't really can't beat the satisfaction of having peace of mind. Peace of mind is a very, very good thing in this world. So I wanted to do it right from the beginning, and once the car is actually at the shop, I'm gonna have them take the transfer case out and I'm gonna ship it to RRT so they can build that. So unfortunately, I could not salvage the 6-speed because they won't touch it. Like you can get a 6-speed rebuilt. But you're not going to get much out of them other than a stock form. So you can't really build it the way that you could a 5-speed. So I had to pretty much buy a full 5-speed, which ended up costing around $4,400. So that, you know, put a hole in the wallet. So things had to kind of sit out for a little bit. So that's putting me back a little bit. It's no big deal. I'd rather do it this way anyway. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much it. I'll go ahead and put all this stuff back in the house. But yeah, this is an update on my build. Stay tuned for the hot parts kit. I should probably have that in a couple weeks, as well as I plan on doing a couple exterior little things. I went ahead and fully detailed this car, so I don't know if you could tell the shining, but it's been about almost 2 years since it's been detailed, and it looks phenomenal. So shout out to my boy Pete. He helped me out with this. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for more.